I'm gonna tell you one thing, the Libra is probably the most deadliest sign of anything outside of next, because it's Scorpio, it's after Scorpion, because the Libras, when you are not balanced, you're probably the most whacked person. And I don't mean that in a negative sense. Libras need to work on balance, because you ain't balanced, it's a wrap for you and everybody around you. And that's the truth. Libras have to work on being balanced. This is why they don't do well with confrontation, because they will fucking flip. They will flip. They will flip, 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 flip. And they do give lots of love. They give lots of love. Thank you. Thank you. Let me make sure my September Libra baby will not be like Sobe. No, when I'm speaking generally, I'm speaking very generally about astrological sun signs right now, because I don't know the charts of these people, but I know that Sobe is born September 24th and he is a king of heart. So heart men are very emotional. You understand? Very emotional. Being a Libra, an air sign, dealing with emotions is difficult in itself. Air signs don't do well with emotions. That makes them frazzled. Fairy Mariah made a video when she called Sobe school, but I believe multiple people call Sobe school. I remember that. Libra has that ego on them. Libra, but I would say more, if we're speaking of ego, primarily Leo. If we're speaking of ego. But yeah, like I cannot rock with these people. I feel like I can't rock with nobody in this app. I just don't align with a lot of these folks. You know what I mean? Like, I do my own thing. I'm not a follower. And when I say that I'm not a follower, I'm not a fucking clout chaser. You don't see me. I don't have to go on live every day. I don't have to do that. I go on live when I have actual pastime. Like right now, it's a pastime. I can go on live, and I'm not going to be on long, because my next move. Both my brothers are Libra, and they are the most vain human beings. Are they September or October? But what is their chart though? Sobe is a danger. But Fairy Mariah, who is Fairy Mariah? Made a video of her calling. We know she called. I don't know who Fairy Mariah is. You too. Thank you, sweetie. Sticky Nikki, thank you so much. She's a Pat. Oh, she's a Pat supporter. Oh, okay. What did he said about your mom? He was being hella disrespectful. My mother was in there when I asked a question about Tanya and this whole like Photoshop so-called thing that Scala put out there. They said that it was Photoshopped. I still don't believe it was Photoshopped, and that bitch didn't prove nothing, and she's not gonna convince me that it was Photoshopped, because I don't trust her regardless anyway. But I digress. My mother went in there to defend me because they was trying to talk mad shit about me, and Sobe had nerve to address my mother and say, you up in here trying to talk to us, you need to be going to address Cap as she's dragging your daughter up and down Instagram. And said some other shit, and Tanya just sat there like the wannabe black woman that she is in Canada, because she wanted to be black so goddamn bad. How about that, Tanya? How about you show us your birth certificate and show us what you really are? Because it's always the fair, light-skinned, soft, great hair black woman who got so much energy for the black community. It's always them. Like my grandfather says, show me the homegrown black niggas. Show me the homegrown. Because you ain't homegrown. You ain't homegrown. You want to bring everybody's criminal records. Where's your motherfucking birth certificate at? Did you say that your mama got raped by a slave master? What, in 1892? So you way old? Oh, they had slavery in Canada in the 70s? Somebody educate me and let me know. Somebody tell me. Because I know I didn't hear that time when she was telling her life story about her mother being raped by a white man. By a slave master. Right? I didn't just hear that myself, right? But did nobody ask those questions? You see what I'm saying? These motherfuckers be on this app just spewing out shit. Did nobody say, oh, hold on, wait. Your black mom was raped by a slave master? What year was this? What? Did nobody question that? Nobody questions anything. But y'all listen to a woman who got deported from the U.S. But she got so much to say about everybody else. The Fold, I Speak, Patrick, and I don't even align with those people. What I'm saying is this. Listen to what I'm saying. You got so much energy for everybody else. What are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? Who is your mama and your daddy? You was born in Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia. I'm telling you, it's always the biracial black women who got so much to say about BIPOC and black communities. I don't know if I can rock with that. Maybe I'm colorist. I don't know. They got so much, and that's why I don't really trust her. Like, are you really black? For all we know, you could be Puerto Rican and white. You got so much to say about the fucking black community all the fucking time. Because we know in Canada you ain't got no real black community. I know that for sure. I know that for sure. All you got is some lower demographic black women who have lost their way through life and young 17-year-olds who follow you. Tanya said she wasn't black in her life. Ugh. That's who follows you. Y'all got a whole ass 17-year-old who I respected in the beginning. I respected her because of her so-called essay experience and her still being a college student, you know, wanting to expand her knowledge of essay and be a part of a community, right? And learn. But that shit was turning some grooming ass weird shit to me. You got this 17-year-old on live with y'all 3 o'clock in the morning. I have a daughter, a teenage daughter, a teenage son, and a 3-year-old son. And I'll be goddamn if my teenage children are on the app with grown ass people at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. Where you got Alicia always talking about some sexual content of roses and shit. That shit is fucking disgusting. And y'all be so quick to call other motherfuckers predators and groomers. Y'all got a whole ass 17-year-old and you guys talk about explicit shit. I'll be goddamn if I allow my daughter to be in a live with some grown ass women and men at 3 o'clock in the morning the way you guys communicate. I'll be goddamn. What are y'all teaching that 17-year-old? Because for all we know, we don't even know who this girl is. She so-called put her mother on live the other day. How y'all know that's her mama? How y'all know? How you know that's her mama? You don't know. You don't know none of these people on this app. But be so quick to call somebody groomers and predators and shit. And pedos. But y'all got a whole ass 17-year-old who be in the mix of all your fucking drama. That's another reason why I removed myself. Because I have children. I have children who enjoy the actual positive side of TikTok. And I'll be goddamn if my teenagers are on live with some grown-ass people. On live with some grown-ass people talking about roses and private parts and nature and shit and cussing all goddamn day. Y'all got me fucked up. I don't care what nobody say. I'm a parent. My children would never be a part of that. And Tanya and Blaze and Alicia be so quick to call somebody's groomers, but y'all got young children. 17 in your lives, all wakes of all night. You ain't talking about no goddamn movement. It would be different if the topics were about essay only. Yes, and maybe until 10 o'clock p.m. Where's your boundaries with these children? What are you teaching these children? You ain't about no movement. Move along. Move the fuck aside. Because you're a farce. Just like most of these people on this fucking app. Every other day, somebody, do you align with a predator? Do you align with a predator? Do you align with a predator? Nigga, do you align with a predator? Do you align with a groomer? You got a whole 17-year-old. Young ass kids, young impressionable ass children. Because ain't no real cognizant, intelligent ass woman gonna listen to this shit for very long. Hello? Ain't no real woman or real human being who has common sense is gonna listen to this bullshit for very fucking long. Nigga, where the fuck is you going with this? And shit, to the goddamn dirt? Is it true that Tanya showed iCreep Pat's Twitter? I don't know. I don't know, because I'm not in her lives like that. Yeah, it's weird when that little girl comments about Pee-wee on the lives. I cannot. That's one of the reasons why I do not associate myself with those people. Just because of that. And how I operate in life is my personal experiences. That's how I'm able to express and talk about my story. I have a daughter. And I couldn't allow my daughter to be in a space with grown adults. You have a whole life to live. What you rushing for? You don't need to be amongst them. Why don't you start your own group among peers your age and talk about sexual assault? You got a 52-year-old motherfucking woman who smokes weed, stuck in Canada. What the fuck is she teaching you? What is she teaching you? These are the conversations I have with my children. You think that's appropriate? They look at me like, what do you, Mom, what? Mom, I could never. Exactly. I could never. But Blaze and them don't see that. They think that shit is cute. But yet and still, you want to be hypocritical and call someone else a predator or a groomer. Do you get where I'm going with this? That shit is wrong. It's wrong, period. Period, it's wrong. All those kids in her proximity, we getting on Zoom. Exactly. Now you got private Zoom meetings. One time she offered one of the girls to come live with her. You can come stay with me. You don't even know these people. Just because she's a woman, you trust her? Women are predators too. I want you to know that. You understand? Women are predators and they get away with it. They get away with that shit because nobody questions them. Y'all ain't questioning Tanya? What? It doesn't make a difference. Then the fold in their discords. It's all the same. I didn't know walking in someone in a bathroom was considered SA. I wouldn't consider it SA. I would consider it trespassing. Would that even fly in court? Probably not now. You ever had somebody walk in the bathroom on you? I have. Yeah. Told him to shut the goddamn door. I'm in here. You probably saw a whole bunch of ass too. Close the goddamn door. Close the door. I didn't feel threatened. I'm not saying that her experience didn't happen. I'm not saying that her experience with this person I speak didn't trigger things from the past and her trauma. I'm not saying that. But I wouldn't call it SA. But I'm not in law. I don't study criminal law. So that's just me. If anything, that's a fine of trespassing. He didn't touch you. She didn't call it SA either, but she does now. She does now. She didn't call it SA before, but she does now. My issue with that is this. There's another person who was involved in this story who you don't hear about anymore, who's a person who actually assaulted you twice physically, put her hands on you, but you don't talk about that person. So that leads me to believe that there's some type of holes and loopholes to this story. Because if you were adamant on getting resolved and you were adamant on really bringing people to justice who have harmed you, you would have that same amount of energy for that other character, but you don't. You just keep talking about I speak. And from the stories that I've heard over the past year, at one point in time, he recognized his boundaries because he stopped, right? Whether it was 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, you were not physically harmed, you were not in harm's way, but that man recognized that you were not playing and he backed off. This is what she said. So in court, how would that fly when they said, well, he recognized your boundaries, right? He apologized to you, right? He's not obligated to apologize to you in fucking public. Who says he has to do that? Let's just be honest here. In the court of law, you have to apologize to someone in public. Morally speaking, you just want him to apologize to prove that you are being right? You just want everybody to believe that you're right. But here's the thing about that. Even if you were to go to court and the jury were to convict you, say that you were a goddamn liar, what difference would it make? Because people are going to believe what they want to believe regardless. People are going to believe what they want to believe regardless. So what really is the point? You want everyone to agree with you? That's not life. That's not how life is made. A lot of these people are so caught up in their motherfucking ego and they're so far removed from themselves, they have no idea who they are. They don't even deal with themselves. This is why they all have substance abuse issues. This is why they don't deal with their own trauma and they bring it to fucking TikTok. This is why. They don't know how to deal with themselves. And they involve people like me and everybody else around. Now we're asking questions and you attack us because we're asking questions. You brought the motherfucking story to the goddamn public, motherfucker. You brought the story. Go deal with your own trauma. You already said the man apologized. That's enough. But because you didn't like the way it was. And now the excuse is you brought it to the forefront because he said I've been cleared. That's why the story's up again, right? Because I guess I Speak made that statement of being cleared by his superiors, right? So she wanted to go find out this man was cleared. Like, I hope Lisa gets a color purple fingers. Believe the victim unless you don't like them. Contradiction, absolutely. Because guess what? These people that I align myself with, right? And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, because I stand true in my own shit. And I know if I fuck up for myself, not for anyone else, I can stand firm and say, yeah, you did something wrong. I liked Blaze at one point. I believed where he was going and I thought there was a solution and resolve to it. When I realized there was no solution and resolve, I had to remove myself. When I started to analyze his character a little bit more and realize that his brain didn't work like mine, it doesn't work like mine, I couldn't align myself. I was a little bit embarrassed. Like, damn, nigga, like you still walk around calling this man Patrick Gentry. That's not his name. The other day, the man said Granny Poi Gundy. I'm like, what's going on? The misuse of words and enunciations and pronunciations, like, I don't align with that. I was lightweight embarrassed. Like, well, damn, nigga, I thought you was a little smarter than this, but I guess not. But anyway, who God? Who, child? Who? Because communication is very, very important to me. You understand what I'm saying? And I can't align with someone who's supposed to be this big content creator who has this, like, substantial movement to get people going who can't enunciate. I got an issue. Call me judgmental. Hey, you've been calling Sophie for the, yeah, exactly. Like, dude, what's wrong? What's wrong? Are you, slow down. You got so much to say, but very little. And it's wrong when you say it, most times. That's the issue. That's the issue. That's the issue. Outside the fact that he don't really, support you like you think he supports you. And I'm saying this to myself. He did not support you, girl. He didn't do that. I was in the trenches with him. My whole page got banned because guilty by association. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't come try to help me gain my pages back. He didn't do nothing. None of that. He can care less. He cared about his numbers and how much drama he can have in his fucking lives. He ain't about no fucking solutions. Alicia be over there, woe is me. She most woe is me ass motherfucker I ever met in my whole goddamn life. Another woe is me. You still talking about Kappa? Kappa don't even think about you no more. You still talking about Kappa? You still talking about Cuban Delight? They don't even fucking look at you. You still bringing that old shit up? Ain't nobody even talking about you no more. Always centering yourself. I'm a June Cancer, nothing like Blaze. Multitude for multitude. It happens all the time. I don't give a damn. I do not care. I speak my truth. And most times when I talk, it's of truth. If I come to realization of clarity of someone or something, I'm going to fucking say it. I have clarity amongst those people that I've aligned myself with. And it's trash. It's trash. Period. It's all trash. I just post my cooking videos, thirst traps, and other shit. And I stick to myself. Because I am not a fraud. I'm not fraudulent. She don't have empathy for Petty Row because of a name Cuban allegedly called her like one has to do. I mean, that's another thing. Like, I don't take that stuff to heart. They call me all kind of shit. They've been calling me crunchy wigs forever. I mean, I don't take that shit personal, whatever. I'm still gonna look cute. I'm still gonna rock my orange wig. And can you do it? Probably not. Like these people, I'm telling you, the ego is so inflated. They get attacked. The internet is not for the soft. They will drag you up and down. Like, hey, like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. They've been talking about that. I got whole ass profile photos of people talking about Candied crusty wig. Okay. I'm still gonna be cute though in the crusty wig though. Like let's just be clear about it. Especially in real life. Like I have style. I have grace. I have style. I always have. Petty would not beat you up if you came on her live. As long as your profile don't, as long as your profile don't like a beef profile like Blaze. Huh? I'm not distracted from the topic. But when we gonna get those ASMR lives? You know what? I was gonna do one tonight because I'm making Korean fried chicken. So I'll do ASMR tonight, probably like 7 or 8. I'm frying some Korean chicken. Have you guys ever had Korean chicken before? It's delicious. You make a gochujang sauce. So I'm gonna do that tonight. Thank you, I appreciate it. I need an orange wig too for the reminder. Kappa doesn't talk bad about you. Child, please, Kappa wish death upon me, child. All on her Instagram, okay? I ain't never said a word about Kappa ever, except when she tried to come for me and I said, where's your husband at? Because I was being a bitch. Because I'm a bitch too. Petty is very responsible. She has conversations, not yelling matches. I mean, that's one thing that, you know, that I found out about Palesa when I allowed Palesa in my live. And I actually supported Palesa for a very long time. But I could not support Palesa after the NCIS situation, where I felt like she was self-sabotaging the situation. She was crude and rude to those people. She does not have good communication skills as much as she believes she is. She's another one who's far removed from herself, I believe, because she does not look in the mirror. Because if you look in the mirror, you could tell that you argue with everyone on this app. You don't let people get a word in edgewise, and you are very, very defensive right away. And for you to come on my space, in my box, when one of your supporters was expressing her grievances towards you about how she felt about you donating to her, and you just yelled at her again, like, I cannot support someone like that. The fact that you were yelling at those island people in the island of Hawaii, like Hawaiian culture, Polynesian people, Pacific Island people are very kind and loving people. They're loving people. And here you come, giving that black, loud woman trope. You did it. She did that. Did nobody else do that? Did nobody hold no gun to her head and say, yell at these folks? She did that. We saw that. It wasn't just one time. It was multiple times. Multiple. How do you communicate with someone like that when you want something done? Those people were being very, very respectful and professional to her. But because the pace was not how she wanted it to be, she wanted it to be faster. She wanted quick resolutions. You know why? Just to prove to the world that she was right. That's all it was. I want to be right. 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 It's not really bring I speak down. It's I want to be right to prove you wrong. She abused everyone around her. That's what I saw. That's all I saw. In that moment of on my live, thank you, Jess, when Kim was expressing herself about donating to her, do you know the energy that Palesa could have exuded to maneuver the pain that was being expressed? 2 words. Thank you. I appreciate you. I didn't understand then, but I understand now. That's it. But instead, her guilt got in the way, like it always does. And she started attacking. That's guilt to me. You guys might call it something else. I call it guilt. That's just what I see. Because in that moment, you could have expressed to her, you could have actively listened to what she was saying. But because you're so defensive, you didn't hear. And a thank you could have been just that. Thank you. Instead, it was blah, blah, blah. And they talking about, Candy, you rude for dropping out the box. Motherfucker, this is my motherfucking live in my box. And I don't deal with the negativity. I don't do toxic people. I don't do well with abuse. I don't know about some of you, but I don't have to be abused. I'm in control of my own path and my own source energy. So if you're coming in here and the person who is communicating to you in a respectful manner and you don't give the same respect, you got to go. It's very easy. People make life too hard. It's not that difficult. If you're toxic once, you're going to be toxic twice. Remove them the first time. That's it. It's such a cliche statement, but they say it all the time. When they show you the first time, believe them. That is true. People would actually have better relationships with themselves first if they did that. Y'all be giving people too much the benefit of the doubt too many motherfucking times. Like, don't do that. These people are be trash. There's some toxic people out here. Believe them that they're toxic. There's actually a lot of loving people in this world too. Attract those people. Attract those. When you understood Alicia was grifting and saw you get mad and you stood up. Yeah, I remember Alicia came to my live and tried to like dominate my live. I don't think she knew who I was. And that's through the internet. You are no match for me in real life. Not at all. Especially if it comes to intellectual banter. And that's all we got on the internet, right? Is intellectual banter. That's it. I can't fight you through the phone. I can't put my hands on you through the phone. She thought she was gonna come to my live and dominate. That girl ain't never liked me. Let's call it what it is, and that's okay. She faked just like all the rest of them. Then also Kappa told Alicia you were ops. Yeah, however that went. Yeah, the Kappa said it or Alicia said it. They didn't like me. That's another one who gets big mad. She don't get TikTok sympathy. She always, I'll tell you, she pop up in the box. I'm like, oh Lord God. I've never met so many unhappy people. Are any of you guys really happy in your real life? If you are, follow me. A lot of these folks are just the most unhappy people. Oh my God. Jesus. And I don't even have, like, damn, like y'all swear you're married, you're happy in your marriages, you got your husband, your wives, you know, you're traveling the world, you do this. Y'all seem like the most unhappy, woe is me, dark cloud hovering ass people I've ever met on an app. It's always a problem. It's always an issue. What are y'all manifesting for yourselves? What do y'all do? You know, you have the power and the control to create whatever it is that you want to create. Do you know that? Unresolved childhood trauma. All y'all smoke. I'm not saying all you guys. I'm just saying the people that I've aligned with so-called on this app, they smoke, they drink, they just, you know, try to just numb their pain. Like, God damn. I've never been addicted to drugs and alcohol. I've never been drunk a day in my life. I couldn't even tell you what it means to be drunk. You know why? Because I love my personality enough and I know how to cope with myself. A lot of these people don't know how to cope with themselves. That's the problem. And you trying to lead the way? You can't lead the way when you can't deal with you. You can't do that. You already wrong. You starting off wrong. And I'm not a judgmental person, but I'll be the first to tell you, I'll judge a motherfucker who smokes cigarettes. You can't tell me nothing. There is no advice, no unsolicited advice you could ever give me if you smoke anything. I might get away with you smoking weed, because some people really just need that. But cigarettes? No. Nope. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Child, you don't need to smoke cigarettes. Why? Let's get to the nitty-gritty of why you smoke. Why do you smoke? Why? Why do you smoke cigarettes? What is the underlying cause of you smoking cigarettes? Well, you're trying to stop. Just stop. Just stop. You ain't really wanting to stop. That's why you said you're trying, because you don't want to stop. If you are adamant on something in life, you're going to fucking do it. And you know that. If you are adamant on something that you want in this life, you're going to do it. No excuses. Period. Okay. Oh, big as a conference black. Send me that information. Y'all, I got to get off of here. It's been real. Thank you for allowing me to speak my truth. I don't come on live often. Hope you guys have a progressive week. I will go on live tonight, do a little ASMR with some Korean chicken if you want to join me. please feel free to do so. And many blessings to y'all, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just stay positive and just work on you. That's the best advice I can give. Work on you. Don't worry about nobody else, what they have going on. Work on you. If we do that, if we all learn how to work on ourselves and be selfish in a positive way, fuck, man, we could be so resourceful together. Straight up.